Paper, we should be getting settled. All right, I know we're passing those back right now. I'm gonna go ahead and start talking. So I need us focused. All right, guys, please remember that we are recording at this point. We are recording right now. All right, so if you have a question, please make sure that when you ask your question, you're speaking up loud and clear. All right. Yesterday we talked about volume. Volume is all about how much space is inside of something. All right, today we're going to talk about surface area. Now, when we get to surface area, you'll see over here I have all these three-dimensional shapes drawn out for us. Over here, I have those same shapes, but they're unfolded. They're flattened out. So basically what's happened, so if you look right here, this right here is a triangular, because it's in the shape of a triangle. It's a triangular prism, okay? All right, now, if I unfold this, what shapes make up a triangular prism? I have 3 rectangles and 2 triangles, all right? Today, I'm sorry, let me rewind for a second. Yesterday, we talked about volume, which would be how much can fit on the inside, correct? Today, we're going to talk about surface area. Now, yesterday when we mentioned area, just to kind of review the topic, we said area has to be flat, correct? Is this shape right here flat? No. But is this side of the shape flat? Yeah. Is this side of the shape flat? Yes. All right, so because it has all these flat shapes, can I find the area of each surface? Yeah, so I can find the area of the sides, I can find the area of the bottom, the area of the front, the area of the back. All right, I can find the area of all the sides since they're all flat. And then if I put it all together, will that give me the area of the entire shape? Yes, it will give me the area of just the surface, correct? All right, now here's the dilemma. If I'm looking at this shape, in fact, I'm going to use this one. All right, if I'm looking at this shape, and it's on my paper, can I pick it up and turn it around and like look at this rectangle, this triangle? No, it's like it's stuck on the paper. I mean, they do a pretty good job. Like here's the shape right here. They do a pretty good job at showing it, but can you pick it up and manipulate it? No. All right, so for the 6th grade, what we're going to look at something called nets. So like, for example, that's my triangular prism. This is also a triangular prism. All right, we have to be able to recognize both of them. All right, so the first thing we're going to do before we even talk about how to calculate area, we're going to make sure we can name all these shapes. All right, I am going to go ahead and mention, have we done anything about the area of a circle? Have we talked about circles in here? No. All right, circles you'll actually do in the 7th grade. I'm going to go ahead and name them on here, but I'm also going to X them out because we don't have to do circles in the 6th grade. But in case you want to know the name, I'm going to go ahead and write it down. All right, so if you'll make sure we're writing these down with me, we do need to work on memorizing them. So if you notice, this shape comes to a point. So it's going to be a type of pyramid. If I look at the bottom, what shape is on the bottom? It's a rectangle on the bottom. So this is going to be a rectangular pyramid. A rectangular pyramid. All right, this shape also meets at a point, correct? So y'all see how it meets at a point at the top? So that means it's also a pyramid, but what shape is on that bottom? Triangle. A triangle. So guys, this is a triangular pyramid. All right, this is one of those circle shapes, so we don't have to know its name, but if you wanted to, it is a cylinder, which a lot of us already are familiar with. All right, again, on number 4, we see a circle, so we don't have to know it, but it is a cone. All right, number 4 is a cone, kind of like an ice cream cone. Number 5, another circle. All right, that's the shape of a ball, which we would also call a sphere. Very good. So a lot of those we're already familiar with. All right, here it meets at a point, so it's going to be a pyramid. And what shape is that on the bottom? A square, a special rectangle. I like that. All right, a special rectangle is a square, and it's still a pyramid. All right, so we're not going to call things just pyramids. We have to say the type of pyramid. Are y'all kind of seeing that? So you have rectangular pyramids, triangular pyramids, square pyramids. All right, Down here at the bottom. Now, is this meeting at a point anymore? At one point? No. All right. In fact, this one, this is called a prism. All right. Now, we can't just look at the bottom. I know the bottom of this is a rectangle. But remember, I can set this shape on the bottom. The bottom of this is a rectangle. But what is it still in the shape of? A triangle. So this is a prism. But what type of prism is it?
Triangular.
A triangular. And that's the same thing here. This is going to be a triangular prism. Okay. So then again, we have some more prisms here. This right here is going to be a rectangular prism. All right, that's going to be a rectangular prism because of all the rectangles. Yes, Lainey?
How is the bottom a triangle?
All right, the bottom of this one is not a triangle, but you see the shape of it? The shape of this is actually wrapped around that triangle shape. All right? So we can't call that a rectangular prism because that's like this right here. So this is a triangular prism, right? If I said it like that, it's a triangular prism, right? If I said it like that, it's still a triangular prism. All right, so again, that's that concept. I'm going to hold it up right here so you can see that better. All right, this is a triangular prism. If it's on the triangle, it's a triangular prism. Whew. It'll stay standing up. If I flip it like this, it's still a triangular prism. All right, so prisms and pyramids work a little bit different. All right, now remember, I know right now this is saying that's the bottom, but do I have to draw my pyramid with the triangle on the bottom? I could like draw my pyramid to where it's on that point. Is it still a triangular pyramid? Yes, okay. So it's that same concept of just because it's twisted around, just because a shape is shaded, that means they're probably just trying to trick you, okay? So don't depend on what's shaded to give you the answer, because that's what's happening there. It's in the shape of a triangle, so it's triangular. Okay. This one is in the shape of a rectangle, so it's rectangular, and it's a prism because it doesn't come to a point. Pyramids give me points. Prisms do not. All right, right here. Now you'll notice all of these are the same. All right, since all of these are squares. Anyone know a name for this? DJ? This would be called a cube. Now, guys, a cube is just a special type of rectangular prism.
Isn't a cube typically two rectangles, two or more?
A cube, everything has to be a square. All of these squares are the same. Well, that's what makes it a cube. But remember, a square is a special type of rectangle. So a cube is a special type of rectangular prism. Do y'all see that connection? All right. Now, guys, remember, our goal, am I going to be giving you these three-dimensional shapes? No, I'm going to be giving them to you open. All right. So, guys, I'm going to give you a little tip. I want to show you something real quick. All right. Do y'all see how this comes to a tip? All right. Do y'all see how that comes to a tip? All right. This is it. This is that same shape. There's where it comes to a tip. When I unfold it, guys, I want you to notice what shape can come to a point. What is the only shape that could make that point? Brian?
Triangle.
A triangle. All right, if I have this shape, here I have triangles, but can those triangles go together to make a point? No, because I have rectangles there, okay? So here's my hint for you. All right, we're going to write this at the top. It's a pyramid. A pyramid, if it has or needs more triangles. So when I unfold it, if it has a bunch of triangles, I know it's a pyramid. If I unfold it, and it has a bunch of rectangles, it's a prism. Because what forms the shape of that prism is when those triangles come in and the rectangle wraps around. Here's a rectangular prism. We've looked at those a lot. All right, what forms that? There's my sides. I fold them up, and I wrap the rectangles around. All right, yes, Brian? We're not going to use circles. These we're going to mark out. All right, now these would be the net of a cylinder. Again, you don't have to know that. And this would be a cone. But that's just so if you were curious. All right. Now, guys, these right here, when it's unfolded like that, we can't call that just a regular rectangular prism or a regular triangular pyramid. That's called the net of a rectangular prism or of a triangular pyramid. All right, so if you look right here, it even says, look at the nets of the figure. In our learning target, it says, I can determine the surface area of three-dimensional net. All right, the net is where you have taken that three-dimensional figure and you have unfolded it. Okay? All right, what we need to do, guys, before we talk about the surface area, which is in our learning target, we are going to talk about how to name these. We're going to do that really quick. All right? So I want you to listen very carefully to how I'm asking myself these questions. The first thing I'm going to do, we'll look at number 6 first. I'm going to ask myself, does this have a lot of triangles or a lot of rectangles? Triangles. And if it has more triangles, it's a pyramid. So I automatically know this is a pyramid. All right? But what type of pyramid? So it has a lot of triangles. Does it have anything other than a triangle? No. So it has to be triangular. So I'm going to say this is triangular pyramid. Okay. Number 3. Now, number 3, what do you notice? On number 3, all of my boxes are, DJ? Squares. All of these boxes are squares. Are they all the same size square? Yes. So this is a cube. This is a cube. Now a cube, what is a cube? A special type of what? Rectangular prism. Okay. All right. Let's look at number 7. Do you have a question, Brian?
Yeah, why is it like shaded in black?
We're just ignore the shading parts. They're not really that important. They don't really matter at all.
Just indicate the bottom of the shade.
Yeah. But remember, is the bottom necessarily the base? No, so the shading really doesn't mean anything to us, okay? All right, so let's look at number 7 right here. Is this going to be a prism or a pyramid? Braylon? A prism. How did you know it's going to be a prism? It doesn't have any triangles. It has a lot of rectangles. So here's my question. What type of prism is this going to be? Can this be a triangular prism, Leslie? No. What does it have to be? Rectangular. It can't be a triangle if there are no triangles. Okay, so that's a rectangular prism. All right. On number 3. Yes, Gabe?
About the rectangular prism and the cube, they look similar though. I mean, like, the only thing they have different is that one's shorter.
These two? Are you talking about these two?
Yeah.
These two do look different. Do you see how this is all of these are the same shape square, which makes it a cube. Since this is a longer shape, that is a rectangle, it can't be a cube. A cube can't have a rectangle on it, so it has to be a rectangular prism. Okay? All right, let's look at number 3. Raise your hand if you can tell me, is this a prism or a pyramid? Jacory, how did you know it was a pyramid? All right, I know it's a pyramid, not because of the square, but remember, a pyramid has more triangles. What does it have the most of? Triangles. Okay, now let's think about this. It has a bunch of triangles. The triangles make it a pyramid. What type of pyramid do I have here? Brian? A rectangular. Or in fact, that rectangle to me looks like a square. All right, which is a special type of rectangle, so I would take that. But let's put square for our notes. All right. This is a square pyramid. It had a bunch of triangles. That made it a pyramid. That gives you your point. But what shape is it going to form around? That square. Okay? All right. Let's look at number 6. Let's look at number 6. Is this a prism or a pyramid, Luis? I'm sorry, number 8. Is it a prism or a pyramid? Huh? It's a pyramid. It has a lot of triangles that make it come to a point, so that's my pyramid. All right, what type of pyramid is it going to be, Michaela? Rectangular. It's a rectangular pyramid. All right, on the last one, is this a pyramid or a prism? Madison, I'm sorry, I just called on you, Michaela. I'm sorry. Triangular prism. So she gave me the whole name. So let's talk first about why she said it was a prism. All right, guys, this does have triangles on it, but does it have more triangles? No, it has more rectangles, which makes it a prism. All right, remember, what shape are those rectangles going to wrap around? Are they just going to be another rectangle? No, they're going to wrap around the triangle, so it is like the one that I showed you, and I can't spell triangle. Triangular. Y'all, spelling is rough sometimes. All right, so triangular prism. Are there questions about number 4? Okay, are there questions about naming these? Okay, cool. That's going to be part 1 of your homework. So let's flip this over, guys. This is not your homework. This is still notes. So I don't want you to get too excited. If you'll notice, this still says notes at the top. We're still taking notes. All right. All right, so stay focused. Y'all are doing awesome, all right? Y'all are doing really, really well. All right, so here we're talking about the surface area from nets. All right, if you'll notice, what do my directions start with? They say? Name the figure. Do we know how to name the figure? Okay, so this is what we're going to do, and this is what I would suggest doing on your homework. All right, go ahead and name all of your shapes. Go ahead and name them all, because if you don't go ahead and name them all, sometimes you forget that part. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and name them all. All right, we practiced that pretty good. Example 1, raise your hand if you give me the entire name. What is example 1? Natalie. A triangular prism. Awesome job. Triangular prism. Awesome. Example 2. What is example 2? Braxton.
Triangular pyramid.
A triangular pyramid. All right, before we move down, are there any questions on where we got those names from? Example 1, are we okay with that being a prism? Are we okay with example 2 being a pyramid and it being triangular? Okay. Example 3. What shape is example 3? Maggie. What type of pyramid? A square. All right, so that one's going to be a square pyramid. Awesome job. All right. Corey? Example 4, what is it? It's a cube. Awesome. So he didn't call it a rectangular prism because all of them are squares and they're all the same size square. So that makes it special. That's a cube.
How do you make a cube?
A cube?
You need 6 squares.
So it's, look, here, I have one. Here it is. So there it is. That's unfolded. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to fold it so you can see the lines. All right, so there's my unfolded, and then I just wrap it around, fold those 2 out. There it is. There's my cube. Okay. All right, so now, guys, let's talk about surface area. All right, y'all ready? DJ?
I was going to ask about the shape. Are we going to do an activity? Or are we going to do one where we cut out and
We might, after we get through our 9-week stuff. Right now, we still got a lot of content to cover. All right, so right now, we're not making these this week. All right, we're going to just focus on getting that math part. But once we get through our 9-week stuff and cover all of our topics, we'll probably go back and do some of those more activities where you get to make your own shapes. All right, that'll be our goal. Okay, there's a go. There we go. There's our goal. We're going to make some shapes. Probably we'll do that last week. How does that sound? Just making some shapes. That'll be pretty cool. All right. Oh no. Okay. Let's talk about surface area real quick. All right. So we're focusing, bringing it back in. Y'all are doing awesome. All right. Volume is the space inside. We've agreed with that, right? And we said surface area is all that surfaces on the outside. So if you look here, let's look at our shapes. We have a rectangle, a rectangle, a rectangle, a triangle, and a triangle. Guys, do I know how to find the area of rectangles and triangles? So I'm going to be so upset because this is the best video and it's frozen. Okay, that's okay. All right. So